till 11 here in Ireland, and I'm watching Shawn Michaels versus Mankind for a WWE title match at In Your House. I believe it was 1996. I could be wrong. Let me check. Yeah, it does. 1996. I was about 6 myself, funny, a little fella, so I didn't actually watch this live back then. But I have watched it from my obsession with Mankind, Mick Foley. Whenever I got great influence from someone in my life, I would always look them up and research them heavily. And Mick Foley is one of those people. I found his book in a GAA centre in Ireland at a car boot sale, and I read his book, and I was obsessed with Mick Foley ever since. And then I guess it would have been, fuck, what would it have been? I would have been in my teens, I guess, when I watched this. Maybe like 10, 11, 12, maybe. And you know what? I would have seen this match on a DVD. Back then, you had to save up, get a fucking DVD, go over to GameStop in Portlaoise and buy a DVD. They used to sell WWE box sets back then. You get the box set, and I'd watch all Mick Foley's matches. This was one of my favorite matches of Mankind because I also love Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels is a phenomenal wrestler in terms of wrestling ability and the complete package. He may have been one of the best ever, but it's hard to say. Wrestling is weird because, well, look, let's not get into the debate of the best ever. Who knows? Who fucking knows who the best ever is? But yeah, it's hard to tell. But anyway, watching a match. Let's see what the fuck the crack is with it. See if it's any good. So I'll tell you what the fuck's happening here. I can't put it on because I'll get done for it, right? But I'll tell you what's happening. We've just started it. It's up live on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Foley's getting brought in a fucking coffin here. Mankind is coming in a coffin. And there's a couple of boys dressed in black bringing him in here. Paul Bearer is his manager. You remember Paul Bearer? He talk like this. Ooh. A weird fellow. A strange guy. Now Paul Bearer is looking up to the sky. He's got an urn with him. Who's in the urn? Who knows? And he's not looking too great. Why is Mankind in a coffin? They have the old In Your House fucking background here. The WWF In Your House. It's like a house. Do you remember it? They're walking in through it. It's epic. It's that old style of fucking signage as well, a bit like Saved by the Bell or something, you know. Everything's wonky. In Your House. That was a game too, right? Sammy, what's up? We're here watching Mankind versus Shawn Michaels 1996. In Your House, man. We're checking it out. William McGraw, what's up, senior? We're watching Mankind. Oh, Mankind's after coming out of the coffin here, lads. He's up. Foley just sits up. He's looking crazy. He has the old brown Mick Foley fucking get up on. The old brown Mankind little face. CB, we're watching wrestling. It's on YouTube, man, if you want to watch it. Mankind versus HBK. 1996. A classic. Foley's sitting down. Mankind's sitting down in the middle of the ring now, rocking forward with a fucking... with an urn. A great gimmick. A great gimmick back then. How'd he pull it off? Paul Bearer is here. You remember him? He used to be the Undertaker's manager. Root. You're back. Oh, boys, here comes HBK. HBK, probably the greatest entrance music of all time. I have to say, he's the greatest entrance music of all time. And a cool dude. I was obsessed with him when I was younger. I wanted to be like him. I used to, he was so cool, but I don't really know why he's a strange kind of, you know, strange kind of gimmick. He'd be wearing belly tops and stuff. Big long earrings. There's not enough hillbillies anymore in wrestling. I don't know if you believe this, CB the third, but like cowboys and stuff. It's like all the cowboys. They're all kind of athletes now. Root, what's the story? You're over in Australia, right? Oh, the hurling. We should have done a watch along to the hurling, man. That would have been good. No way, Root. I was actually too, huh? Ah, England, yeah. I was actually, we had our own backyard wrestling promotion when I was about 12. We had like, we would have table matches, we'd have ladder matches, and we'd have bales of hay. One time I chokeslammed my cousin through a bale of hay and he fell down in between the middle of them. There was all chickens there. Oh, CB was some comeback, man. But anyway, HBK is here. He's got the top off. He's ready to wrestle. He's clapping. The crowd are going crazy. The little kids love him. This is the old WWF now when they had, the red, white, and blue ropes. The old logo as well. Epic. Who's Shawn Michaels' manager? Gorilla Monsoon. Oh no, won't want to be getting suplexed off a trampoline route. Not good. But it was epic back then. What was your wrestler? Did you have a gimmick? What was your name? Mine was Calvin Crisis. He was kind of a HBK kind of character. Then I had another one called Deranged, and I would be more of a Mick Foley character. I was working two gimmicks at the time. What? You set yourself on fire? Epic. That's ECW kind of style. Foley's coming out strong here. Irish whip to HBK. Big backdrop. HBK's took it well. Foley's running. Classic Foley. Clothesline over the top rope. Both guys go out over the top rope. Beautiful. Oh, no way, CB. That's awesome. Unbelievable. Oh, they've exposed the concrete floor here. HBK is after taking up the padding. He's actually put the padding on top of Mankind and he's stamping on Mankind. Now HBK is getting up to the top turnbuckle here. He's going for a sort of a crossbody, backward crossbody on Foley. Mankind looking like he's in a bit of trouble here. Michaels is gone. Mankind's still outside on the floor. Michaels slams Foley onto his back. Rude. Have a good one. Keep it real. Antoinette, what's going on? We're here watching wrestling. Late on a Sunday. Yeah, CB, I had to turn it off for my kids too. Don't try this at home. Yeah, you don't really want them doing the wrestling moves yet, right? They definitely shouldn't be training at home at that age. HBK is here. Big clothesline by HBK. Foley's flat out on his back in the center of the ring. Big body slam by HBK here. Mankind's not looking too good. Michaels is on the top rope. Here we go. Big elbow drop. Vintage Shawn Michaels. Elbow drop. Beautiful. Limp Chimp, how are all 9 of your kids doing? Fantastic. They're all in bed now. We're going for the Sweet Chin music here now. Michaels is stomping up the band. Foley jumps out. Classic heel move. Running away. Foley runs away. I like a little wimpy heel move, right? Like the heel. What is it? The coward heel. Great. Chicken shit heel is what Stone Cold Steve Austin calls him. Run away from the good guy. Pretend like you don't want to fight him ever. I'd like to be a heel. You know, what would you like to be, the good guy or the bad guy? The bad guy seems to be the best crack, right? Mankind's out. He's kind of like shaking and holding his head out the back. Paul Bear's over now, like, going, get in there, get in. I guess Mankind and Shawn Michaels are like complete opposites, right? Mankind is tearing it up here. Michaels is really putting a beating on Mankind. Here we go, reversal Irish whip. Michaels hitting the ropes. He jumps up onto the turnbuckle. Foley doesn't follow up. Michaels on the attack again. It's a great match. Oh, they're getting kind of rough here, a bit rowdy. It's kind of looking a little bit real, a little bit MMA style here. Attacking each other. Mankind going for a kind of rear naked choke here. He's squealing. He's squealing. Mankind kind of squeals a lot. Like a little pig. CB the Chair says, we have an expensive wrestling school that a friend of mine joined. He ended up doing a few gigs, called himself the Game Hunter. He was supposed to be some redneck serial killer. I think it's a bad idea to go down the serial killer route as a gimmick. You kind of get typecast. You know, you don't want to be typecast. Even the kind of redneck thing, you don't want to be typecast as a redneck because you can go into kind of cliche kind of thing territory then, right? You don't want to be like Hacksaw or what's it? Oh, what was that? Anyway, with hillbillies. You know, they look kind of like hillbillies. You don't want to do that. I think you have to kind of pick a more. I think it's hard to pick a big gimmick like, but the Undertaker got away with it. He's basically a zombie, right? And even Mankind, that's a kind of weird gimmick. Are you an Irish film jiggle? What's a jiggle? What is that? Irish film. I do make films though. And I am an Irish filmmaker, but I don't know what a jiggle is. It sounds offensive. Foley's after getting suplexed onto the steel steps, which is beautiful. Another classic Foley move. Foley was excellent at making the other guy look really good. He'd take a lot of damage, and all the moves look very like real with him, right? That's one thing I like about the wrestling back then, though. They did try to make it look a bit more real, like, you know. Nowadays, it's very what do you call it? It's nowadays it's kind of very like it's very choreographed. Some of it, like I know it is choreographed. Well, I don't know, whatever you would call it, but some of it now. I was watching some tag team match the other day, and I was like, fucking, they're all just doing weird. It was like a circus, I guess. Michaels is fucking stomping a mud hole in Foley here on the side of the ring. Is it a casket match? This is it? No, it's not. We're 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in if anyone wants to watch it. Michaels is attacking the leg of Foley. That's when you know a wrestler's good. If you attack a body part, you keep attacking the one body part. Makes for great storytelling. Keep attacking my leg. I can't walk. I'm falling around. Then you lock in a submission on me. It's great for pushing the story. Push the story of the match on. I like that. I like, if I was a wrestler, I would do that. I'd always attack a body part. Bret Hart always did it. Shawn Michaels did it. Foley's walking around with a sore leg. We can see he's compromised now. Now Michaels got his leg again here. Boom, attacking it again with a little. He took him down again. Now Foley's wincing on his leg. That's how you do it, guys. Squee, what's happening, Calvin? I'm watching Mankind versus Shawn Michaels in 1996 in your house. WWF, man. Now Shawn Michaels has a great move in the figure 4 leg lock, right? Made famous by Ric Flair. This is excellent. The figure four leg lock is an excellent move. If you fall back, Foley's kind of falling back like this. The ref is counting a pin because his shoulders are down. And then the other thing is if Foley flips it around, right, which he's trying to do now Michaels will be in pain. It reverses the move. Another great move to add to your arsenal if you are a wrestler. We got a bit of fucking live action replay here in 1996. Wouldn't have been easy to do. What's going on here? CB, I really miss the characters from the 80s. Iron Sheik, Junkyard Dog. Iron Sheik, did you ever see that documentary about Iron Sheik? CB, it's brilliant. He hated Hulk Hogan, man. He was a real tough guy though, Iron Sheik. He's a tough character. You were saying before Junkyard Dog is your favourite wrestler, I remember. Rangstar. It's 11 p.m. for me and my fat is slobbering on my bed. Should I pop it? I'm not sure what you mean there. I've never really experienced that before. I don't know how you'd pop your fat anyway. What would you do? Michaels has a single leg Boston Crab here, guys. Well, this used to be one of my favorite matches, Squee. I'm kind of drawn in the lines of how wrestling has influenced my filmmaking, my art. I find it very artistic and inspirational. It's a great performance. But I can't actually remember who wins. I'm pretty sure Shawn Michaels wins. Well, it's a title match. Foley didn't win the title. Shawn Michaels wins it anyway. I know this, but I haven't watched it in years, but it's a great match. We're seeing some vintage Mick Foley stuff here. Foley, very good underdog. Very good at taking a lot of... making it look very, like, real. And he's known for making his opponents seem very tough and be taken very serious. So he's an excellent wrestler for what they call in the wrestling business putting someone over. And that means making them look good to the crowd, making the crowd like your opponent more. That's something that you have to do as a wrestler. Your job is to make the crowd like your opponent more. Not all the time, depending on who you are, I guess, but there's a lot of psychology behind it, you know. Rangstar, is it a Scooby snack? What, man? What a Scooby snack? You know, you're not making any sense. You're incoherent here. What are you talking about? Please, come on. I guess I kind of have a sort of a shaggy t-shirt on here. I remember pay-per-view, the Bossman versus the Mountie. Yeah, now we're talking. Looking back, that sounds like a gay porno title. But we all cheered thinking the Mountie had to go to jail. That's when the gimmicks were big back then, isn't it? In the 80s, it was always like you had to be something. Like you had to beat the Mountie. Remember, man, IRS, he was the tax man. Everyone hated him. Boo. And then you had, you had everyone. There was so many gimmicks. But the gimmicks wore off then in the 90s. That's when like Stone Cold and that came in good because they weren't gimmicks. They were like real life. It was more like fucking reality TV, right? Foley's biting Shawn Michaels' head here. Michaels is screaming. CB, yeah, IRS, exactly. Did he hang around with the $1 Million Man as well? I actually think not sure if you know this, but you know IRS, or he was I could be wrong, but I think he was the guy Bray Wyatt that died recently. He was really young, died. I don't know the same age as me, maybe. He was his father, I think. Big backdrop here by Foley. The two of them are wrecked here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Sometimes you need to go in for a munch. Oh, Squee, that's it, you do. Have a little bite of something. Have a little packet of something. Vince McMahon is a commentator here. Uh, yeah, Vince McMahon is a commentator here. It's fantastic. JR is also commentating here. He said Mankind was aiming for Shawn Michaels' heart when he was kicking him there, not his sternum. Mankind's a real sick son of a bitch. Oh, reversal, big whip. Michaels hitting the turnbuckle, doing the flip thing. You know, when he hits the turnbuckle and flips around. Beautiful. He's hanging upside down. Foley runs in with the elbow drop onto his face. Brilliant. The two boys here now in 1996 are at a different level. This is very good wrestling here. Foley going for the elbow drop again. More of a kind of a fist drop than an elbow drop. I wonder what age Shawn Michaels was in 1996 and what age was Foley. I know Foley retired relatively young. Michaels already rocking the bald patch here back then, lads. He hung onto the hair a long time. He only shaved the head when he finished the career. He aged a lot, didn't he, Shawn Michaels? Probably because he shaved his head, in fairness. JR said Michael's going to have a concussion here before it's all said and done. That's a great thing JR would always say, before it's all said and done. My God, before it's all said and done. Mankind's after kicking Michaels in the face, and Michaels after just flipping over the ropes. Foley's escaping here. Mankind's escaping. Oh yeah, here's the big move here. I can't show you this, and can't it gets turned off. There's a big move here where Mankind actually backdrops Michaels off the apron, but I think Michaels flips halfway through and does a crossbody. It's fucking amazing. It's epic. Foley's after hitting the thing. Foley's lying on the ground now. We're 20 minutes in. It's a 35-minute match. We're going to the instant replay here again. Double feature. Foley misses with the knee, hits the steel steps. Can't believe it. Michaels is in the ring here. He's got glitter all over his back. The Heartbreak Kid, huh? What a name. Now, Foley, Mankind's on one side. They're doing a big suplex here. Michaels is trying to suplex Mankind into the ring. Mankind's trying to suplex Michaels out of the ring. They don't really do this anymore. You never see it. They're just doing it. 2 attempts. Oh, Michaels nearly over. No. He sneaks back in. Foley hits his head off the turnbuckle. Beautiful. That's another old school move you don't really see anymore. Why is that, do you think? Have got any wrestling fans in there tonight? Anyone? Who's your favorite wrestler growing up? Jeez, there's something brilliant about WWF in the 1996. And you know, this would be known as probably a bad time for WWF. 96, you know, they would have been at an all-time low. But they had some of the better wrestlers. That's how they beat WCW guys, you know. They invested in the future. And that's what we were always thinking about, the future. The future. WCW brought back all... Oh, Foley's doing the hangman now. He's gone over the rope. Rope, both sides. Has his neck. You never see them doing that now. He's stuck on the rope. Ugh, fucking great. That's how he lost his ear. Michael's gone over to him. Get him out. Oh, CB, Yokozuna, man. What a legend. There's a great documentary on Netflix if you haven't. Well, I don't know if it's on Netflix, but they did a documentary on Yokozuna, WWF did. It's brilliant, man. It's really good. It's a very sad life. He had a sad life, poor guy. He was very young, you know. He was a great wrestler. He's fast. But he was a great wrestler. He died very young, just fucking addicted to food, man. He just ate so much. He's only in his 30s. Oh, Foley's getting ripped in. JR's off the fucking... They always attack the... They always attack the ring... The Spanish ring announcers. The Spanish ring announcers table was always attacked. It was never the American one. Oh, JR's after falling off his stool. Michaels has a steel chair here. He's hitting, bang! He's hitting Mankind's hand. Mankind's hand is in bits. Michael Ahern, what's happening today? We're watching Shawn Michaels versus Mankind 1996 in your house. WWF pay-per-view. And what's happening here is we're 20 minutes in, we're 20 something minutes in. Michaels is playing dirty now, even though he's the face, you know, he's playing dirty. Jimmy, he was a big boy. Yokozuna was massive. He got, dare I say, he was very fat. You don't really say that anymore, don't you? Not like it's kind of rude. I would never say anyone's fat, but Yokozuna was a very big guy, very big. But that was his that was his shtick, wasn't it? But I think eventually he got too big, and they actually had to fire him. He was just wouldn't stop eating. Yeah, no, CV is great. Yeah, it's very, very good. They loved him, didn't they? They loved Yokozuna. A lot of people didn't know he was Roman Reigns' uncle, I guess, is he? Or is he his uncle or his cousin, maybe? Rikishi. Is he Rikishi's cousin or Rikishi's brother? But I believed in the gimmick so much. I thought he was Japanese. My whole life. Oh, Foley's after backdropping Michaels out here. We've got Big Sky. Michaels gone out onto the. He's out. He's out of the ring. Foley's after putting him over. Michaels was some man to fucking sell a move, wasn't he? Michael, it was a bit more real back then. I was just about to say it. It looked more real, you know. It was a bit more hard. It was more hardy, right? So for hardy lads. I was watching this thing a while ago, and they were talking about, oh yeah, Foley's after jumping off the apron there, big elbow, dropping a big elbow. Yeah, it was more. They were tough guys. They looked more tough back then, didn't they? They were kind of like brawlers, right? Now, not so much. There was this guy, they were talking about this guy called LA Knight, you know, and they're like, he's a bit like Stone Cold and The Rock. And I watched it, I was like, this guy is not like Stone Cold or The Rock. He weren't looked a bit soft to me, you know. Hair done up, glasses, had a little sleeveless vest on. I was like, get this lad off the TV. No, he's not like The Rock. Yeah, that's true, CB. The rides flowed like water. They were allowed to do anything back then. Evangelia, hi. What are we talking about? We're watching Shawn Michaels versus Mankind, WWF in your house, 1996. We're 25 minutes in. Shawn Michaels is outside. Foley's after flipping him out over the ring, over the top rope. Foley's dropping a leg drop onto Michaels' head. It's very entertaining, guys. Yeah, wrestling. We're watching wrestling. Pro wrestling. The both of them are down now. Foley's after doing a double arm DDT. Oh, Foley has the pin. 1, 2. 2 count. Close 2 count. The crowd go crazy. They're big Shawn Michaels fans here. Evangelina. Don't worry, you're not noob. I actually never do this. We're just doing live here for the crack. Watching the wrestling. Because we're watching the wrestling. Why not? Foley pins again. He's pinning for the 3rd time here. They don't do this now. He keeps trying to pin because he's kind of like, why is Michaels not letting me pin him? Cool beans. Where are you from? Are you from Ireland? That's a kind of Irish thing we'd say. Ooh, cool beans. You'd never hear my accent. I'm from Laois, Port Arlington, County Laois, in Ireland. We're coming live tonight from here in my sitting room. They were all on coke back then, I'd say, were they? Cool beans. I thought you were Irish there. People would say cool beans. Here, lad. Cool beans. Hey, do you know, I was thinking today, actually, sometimes, you know, there's a thing over here in Ireland where it's like, You know, if I see an American in Ireland, I know I can just know by looking at them that they're American. Mick Foley, mankind is after opening up a coffin here now. Gonna put, he's gonna put Michaels in it. Why is he doing that? I think is this a casket match? I think it is. All right. Anyway, Michaels is out of it. He's fighting out. He's on a big attack here. Foley's Irish whipping him. Boom. Michaels is doing the flip thing. You know, the flips up onto his feet. Now he's doing this to the crowd. Crowd are going crazy. He's looking pretty epic here. He's kicking the shit out of Foley in the corner. The ref's trying to stop him. Why? Michaels, after body slamming Foley, he's getting up to the top turnbuckle here. Foley's back to his feet. Big cross body. Foley kicks out. 2 count. Cool Beans in New Mexico as well. Yeah, there was some coke fun on Macho Man. Macho Man was a man that was definitely on coke. Anyway, that's a fucking fact. Evangelina. It's a good word, right? It's a good thing. I'm supposed to be doing work. What work are you doing? Oh, here's the backdrop. They're going to do the big backdrop here now. Amazing. Through the announcer's table. They wouldn't be doing that a whole lot back then either. Foley's gone through the announcer's table. Michael's gone through the announcer's table. Off from the top. Turnbuckle. English and history. What is that? Are you just studying it? Studying it, or are you teaching? English and history. You won't want to be looking up English history anyway. Not great. That's amazing. They're doing replays of this here now. No, it's summer work. So what are you doing? What are you actually doing then? Ooh, science. Very good. Foley has a chair here now. He's gone in top turnbuckle. He's running. Michaels jumps up. Kind of sweet chin music, Foley. Foley was holding the chair. Foley's falling off the top turnbuckle. Sweet chin music with the chair. It's all gone fucking P-tongue here, boys. Oh, you have to read a big book. Yes, Evan. We got Pin here. Vader's come in here. Big Van Vader's. Anyone remember him? Disqualification. The bell's gone. Boom. Michael's after baiting Vader out over. They booked Vader bad in WWE notoriously, so I hear. Evan, what kind of history are you looking up? History of wrestling? 1996. In your house, WWF. The first and only time Shawn Michaels and Mick Foley competed in a pay-per-view. How about that? It's not too bad. Anyway, today this thing in Ireland, right, where if I see an American, we can tell if someone's American by look. I can know I will see someone. They don't even have to speak, but I'll know they're American, right? And today I'll tell you why, right? I knew before I even knew before they did this that they were American, because there's just it's hard. Foley here is choking. He's got the mandible claw on Michaels. The bell. They keep ringing the bell like mad here now. Yeah. So there was these 2 girls, right? And I knew they weren't Irish anyway. Because when Americans come over here, they wear kind of cool, like they wear kind of earth-colored stuff. You know what I mean? Like brown and khaki. Kind of like cream. The Undertaker's here now. Fucking Undertaker's beating up Foley. He's after coming out of a coffin. And they'll be kind of wearing like surfer clothes, right? And these girls had like blonde hair, but it's like different kind of blonde hair than over here. It's kind of like surfery blonde hair. And they'll be like tan, a little bit more tanned. And younger looking, a little bit. Younger looking, maybe. Or maybe not, but different looking, right? But anyway, this is why you know that This is why you know that they were not um, Irish, right? They were at an ice cream stand where they sell ice cream, and they were asking for samples. No Irish person in the whole of Ireland would ever ask for a sample of ice cream before they eat the ice cream, because we would think that is very rude to do. We would rather buy the ice cream, not like it, than put the other person out. No, no, no. It's fine. Oh no, I'll just have that one. What's that like? No Irish person would ever do that. Would ask for a sample. If one of my friends, if we went to an ice cream stall, one of my friends said, "Can I get a sample of that?" I'd be like, "What are you What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here!" Yeah, you have proper real tans, CB. We don't have real tans over here. People wear fake tan over here. You know that they put like they'll put fake tan on over here, like on their faces. I don't think they do it in much other countries. England and Ireland's really big in. But I don't know if these girls were American though. They just definitely weren't from Ireland. You wouldn't do that. Yeah, what do you call that? Farmer's tan. HBK is here anyway. He won, boys. He won. He's posing with the belt. He's just a sexy boy, as his song says. Yeah, well, what is American? You know, define American really. What is American? Is American? American's a weird thing. I was only thinking this the other day when I was listening to Trump giving out about the immigrants like so much, and who else was on about? Saw a clip Joe Rogan talking about, but like, is it America not built on immigration? Is it just the the whole concept of the country is immigration, right? There would kind of not be any real Americans, right? Only Native Americans. Would I be wrong in saying that? How does that go down over there? If I said that over in America, would people go crazy? Like a Native American to me is the only real American. Everyone else is an immigrant, right? Am I right about that? CB, you must have good skin. That's good tan skin. You're lucky. Anyway, people would go crazy, Evan, would they? Yeah, weird. I don't know. I even think for Ireland, like, people would be like, "Oh, we're real Irish," but like, you're probably not really Irish. Like, what is real Irish? I don't even know what that is. I don't know. If you're 100% Irish, maybe. If you did your ancestry, though, like, I'm sure when Americans do their DNA tests and that, they're all European or African or Asian, or they're not American. It doesn't say America. Yeah, no true Scots. Is there probably isn't though, right? Probably no true anyone, right? I don't know. Yeah. Well, the thing about Ireland is, though, I think being Irish is an embodiment of a behavior, right? And culture. So once you're in on the behavior and the culture, and once you're born somewhere, I guess you're from the place, I think. Like, who gives a fuck anyway? Yeah, the Native Americans are cool. They're cool people. They're the cool way of life, right? But yeah, yeah, squeezes were always from all abouts. Like, yeah, that's true. Irish culture is pretty fascinating, and the people are very colourful and endearing. Well, that's nice to hear, CB. I'm glad you think that. And yeah, I think how do you become that then? I guess just living in the place, right? passed down from generation to generation of how you should be. But look, it's not all great, man. Because if we wanted to taste some ice cream, you can't because our culture would not allow you to take a fucking sample of ice cream. One of my friends would hate people, and I would probably do this as well, right? If I ordered something one time, my friend said he ordered food in a restaurant. They brought him out the wrong dish, and he just ate it anyway and didn't say anything because he didn't want to be like make a big deal. That's what Irish people will do. That they'll be like, fine. I've done that. Like if I went to the pub, I'd get a drink and they'd hand me out. I order a Guinness and they hand me out Heineken. I'd be like, fuck it. Okay, I'll just have that. Thanks. I wouldn't care, because you're not. We don't like anyone being a big deal. Making a big fuss over here, looking snobby. If you look snobby over here, oh man, posh. If you look posh, look at that lad. Fucking loves himself. That lad. That's what he'd be saying. Look at this lad. What's this lad doing? Who does he think he is? We'll be all doing that over here. Evan, it was very nice meeting you, brother. CB, my granny was Irish, but like from a family so poor, we've no real idea when or where her family are from. You'd probably be able to find out, man, would you, on that ancestry stuff? Yeah, Michael Ahern. It seems to me, right, as an outsider who's never been in America, Michael's saying America is really different from state to state. You really can't define shit. It seems to me like each state is almost like its own country, right? That's what it looks like to me, because they have different laws and everything, right? Squee, you've done that as well. I've done that a few times. I don't want to make an issue out of nothing. Yeah, but what is it, man? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? CB, I have a gift of never looking posh at all. Good. That's what you want, man. Michael Ahern, free samples are great. Well, that's true. But look, that's just the Irish. What would that be? I don't know. That's not a good thing anyway, probably, I think. Anyway, lads, look, Michael's won. We're all done. Listen, thanks very much for popping in. It's a nice little Sunday chat. Everyone have a lovely night's sleep. We'll figure out what it means to be from where you're from. But does it really matter? This is the fucking thing I was thinking. Does it really matter where you're from? Or if you're from there? I think, there's a lot of that shite going on. Why did they do that? Why did they bring it up all the time? We are obsessed with it, huh? Oh, little CB has a bike now. Lovely. Lovely. Is it a pedal bike? Is it one of them balance bikes? Does he have stabilizers? Lola cycles a bike. She has stabilizers, but I'm thinking I'm going to give it a good go and try to get her off them. The park is a wonderful place for kids, though. Pedals, pedal it up. That's the only one you want. CKM. I'm from Scotland, you prick. I'm from Scotland, you prick. Let's have a pint. I can't do the full accent, man. Let's have a pint. Paint together, yeah. I would have a pint with you if I was actually never in Scotland, man. I have a few great friends from Scotland. One guy called Gary Toner. He's a mad cunt. I went to a Oasis concert with him. The last time Oasis played in Ireland, I went with him. And he's great crack. CKM. Oh, the Scots come in. Anyway, it's good to have you over here, CKM. What kind of pint would you have, man? Fucking Tennants or something. What's the main Scottish pint? Michael Ahern. What did you have for breakfast today, Michael Ahern? Last day you were gone on a mad one, man. You were drinking and everything, weren't you? You were drinking a few beers for breakfast. Tennent's, that's the one. What is Tennent's? Is it lager? I just see the cans of it there. Me get one some night. Is it lager or is it an ale? Is it an ale? No, it's lager, right? Lager. Have a good night, Michael. Aye. Alright, lads. Listen, CKM, you enjoy them fucking Tennents. You prick. I'll see you later, lads.